He's back. YouTube's darkest videos, number 9.
The following video is sponsored by Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Yo, why is the ad creepy, bro? They approved of that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now arriving our
Wasco train encounter.
On the morning of March 22nd, 2024, the Kern County Sheriff's Office was flooded with calls about an incident that had taken place near the Wasco Amtrak station in Wasco, California. The incident involved a pedestrian who was reportedly walking dangerously close to an active train track before being struck by an oncoming locomotive, a situation that authorities knew was likely unsurvivable. Police arrived at the scene shortly after 8 a.m. and were met with the bloody aftermath of the accident, as they found 48-year-old Horacio Ayala Penoza deceased on the tracks, with the force of the impact being so strong that his body was torn apart and scattered all throughout the area. At first, it was believed to have been a clear-cut suicide, but after interviewing some of the witnesses, police learned that the man had never stepped in front of the train, and rather, he had actually been sucked underneath as a result of walking too closely, painting a clearer picture that this was all a tragic accident. But as police were conducting these interviews, one strange detail kept coming up, as apparently, Horacio wasn't the only one on the tracks around the time of the incident, with there allegedly having been one other man standing nearby, a man who took off shortly after Horacio had been killed. And strangely, witnesses believe they saw the man reach down and pick something up before leaving. For the officers on the scene, finding this man became the next obvious order of business, but by this point, he had already found himself a few blocks away, where he was spotted by a group of construction workers. The group watched as the man walked towards them, appearing to hold some sort of large item in one of his hands, the same item that had been taken from the train tracks. And the closer he got, the clearer it became what exactly this thing was. It was a human leg.
Oh!
For some inexplicable reason, when the train had dismembered Horacio, this man had run over and picked up his leg, and he was now waving that leg on the sidewalk of a nearby road, with the construction crew claiming that he had been banging it against the fence as he walked towards them, and at one point had even struck the leg against one of their machines. Upon the realization, a wave of fear washed over the group, as they were unsure what this man had done to get this leg, or what he would do next, though that was something that even the wildest of imaginations could have never predicted.
Oh! Oh my god!
As the man looked down at the leg and began eating it, as the workers watched on in horror. Officers arrived on the scene immediately after this, and when they asked the man what he was doing with the leg, he explained that it belonged to him, and that he was taking it to a nearby hospital to have it reattached. But it was obvious to everyone there that this man wasn't missing any of his legs, with the officers having to go as far as to prove it to him by making him roll up the sleeves of his pants and touch both of his legs. His explanation was completely nonsensical, and obviously didn't account for the fact that he was literally eating the leg just to—
Bro said, Dante, what the hell? You acting like I fucking ate this shit, bro. Oh my god. Were we watching YouTube's darkest videos, bro? Like what? Obviously it's the dark ass video, bro. Oh my god, bro. It's one thing to have a human's leg, but then to start eating it?
I love black people!
I've been trying to send this dono for a while, but I can tell the mood has since changed. But anyways. Damn, Dontavius. That last dono brought out your dad muscles. Here's 5 subs for your big gains. Much love to you and your family.
I appreciate you. But that was $5. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative. I'm just saying that's not 5 subs. That's $5. Just saying. But I'm grateful and I'm appreciative.
minutes before, leading to officers immediately—
I'm not being ungrateful. Oh, shit. Well, great. Now I seem like an asshole. I was just saying that $5 isn't 5 gifted subs. I thought he made a mistake or wasn't aware of what he did. But here I am, the fucking idiot in the room. But I can still change this. I can come out the smart one. I knew you were gonna give 5 subs, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the 5 get them my boy. That's all that picking up Demir. That's all that picking up Demir. Up and down, 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 up and down. I can't believe this dude is actually eating a human leg. I'm not gonna lie, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life right now. Actually, no, I've seen some fucked up shit, but this is up there. This is definitely up there, bro. Eating a human body, this is definitely up there. That Dino Blade demo dropped a couple days ago. Are you serious? I've been waiting on this game for
Mod me then.
I'm playing it. Mod you? Well, I'm definitely grateful for the 5 gifted. And I'm grateful for the $5 he sent me, but does this fucking guy thinks he can get mod for $5? And 5 gifted, I mean, at least give me 50 fucking subs, dude. Is this guy fucking insane? What the fuck?
Oh, here we go.
Can he hear me? No. Surely I'm safe inside my mind. At least I'm safe. At least I'm safe inside my mind. At least I'm safe inside my mind. Okay, clean this up. Unfortunately, I'm stacked on mods already. But know that I'm grateful. Know that I definitely appreciate your gifted subs and your donations. But I'm stacked. I'm kind of stacked on subs. It's kind of BOD. Hey, yo, how many if you're a sub in the chat right now, or not a sub, mods. If you're a mod in the chat right now, say mod.
Yes. Also nigger farming donos.
My chat is full of autistic fucking humans. I asked my mods to type mod, and every fucking person in the chat started typing mod. Holy fucking shit. Yo! Okay, see? Look at this. Now, if there's ever a time where it's like, it starts to become like, I never have mods in the chat, then maybe it'll be time. But I'm not gonna lie, like, the mods that I have, like, y'all are some fucking OGs, bro. Like, y'all are OGs. And it's crazy how long I've had some of these mods, like J-Man and Malicious Mike. Like, they've been here since like the start. Oh my god, they've been here since like the beginning. Like, it's like, I like appreciate all y'all, bro. Appreciate all y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Whisper, like, dude, K Fields. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Shout out to y'all. I'll let y'all know. Okay, let's get past this because I don't want this on my screen.
Placing him under arrest. His name was Rosendo Tejas, the 27-year-old man who had been experiencing
27
homelessness and had been living on a street near the train tracks, with police determining that he did in fact have nothing to do with the actual death of Horatio. He just so happened to be near the tracks at the time, where he would first witness the accident, and then for some unknown reason, take Horatio's leg and start eating it. It appears as though this was the result of a combination of both drugs and alcohol, as he was found carrying narcotics when he was taken.
Last dono. Fine, me then. Chat, what y'all think?
Chat, what do y'all think? VIP him for a $5 donation and then 5 gifted subs. Which is a lot. Which is a lot. But come on now. Let's be honest. Let's be real with ourselves. Yo, Rex! How long have you been in the chat? Hold on. How long have you been like? Like, I feel like I've seen your name before, but I don't see it like that for like VIP, bro.
Into custody, and he had just been captured by security cameras purchasing alcohol at a nearby liquor store just hours before the incident. But what's so interesting about this footage is just how normal Rosendo seems. In fact, the people working there knew him quite well, as he stopped in almost daily, where he was described as being polite and ordinary.
Exactly. Sorry, YouTube for pausing, but like my VIP example, this man has literally made like albums. Oh my God, Rax has been following for 3 years, 15 days, 23 hours. Okay, you got some time. Okay, you got time. I respect it. I do respect it. I respect it.
Including on the day of that incident. In fact, it said that at first the shop owners didn't believe that Rosendo could have possibly done this. But it seems that whatever substances he had taken that day had changed him. Rosendo Tejas was charged with 2 counts of removal of human remains and 1 count of destroying or concealing evidence, as well as resisting a police officer, and was sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading no contest.
1 year? 1 year?
Bringing this absurd case to an end.
I get it. He was on drugs and, you know, drunk and probably mentally not there, but 1 year?
However, his unsettling behavior will forever live on in one of YouTube's darkest videos.
He's probably, you know.
The fun of Halloween should not include mischief.
This nigga got his own intro, bro. I don't like this shit. He getting too comfortable. Chapter 2. Watched. Bro.
It was just past 10 p.m.
Hold on. When did you drop this? It's not even hot. You dropped this 3 days ago. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Safely tucked away in her second-story apartment, 20-year-old Hannah Vivaretti set up her phone to record a video of herself dancing. For her, this was a meditative practice, a way of unwinding after a long, stressful day.
I'm already looking at the window.
Feel at peace.
There's somebody looking.
But that day, fate had other plans. As Hannah was dancing, something off camera caused her to stop dead in her tracks and yell, "Who are you?" It was a man whom Hannah had never seen before, standing in the doorway of her balcony, which again was on the second floor, meaning that man had climbed up, cracked open the door, and was now standing in her home staring at her, quietly muttering nonsensically with a big grin on his face.
Who are you? Who are you? Please get off.
Hannah stopped the music and again asked, "Who are you?" To which the man responded by saying,
Please get out. No, please get out. Are you sure? Yes.
But her demeanor and the panic in her voice made it all too clear that this was far from the case.
Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now.
She started to make her way over to her phone and then towards the front door. All the while, the man kept calmly insisting that they be friends, but Hannah was having none of it.
Please get out of my apartment right now.
Opening her front door and in the process,
Get out. Get out.
pointing the camera directly at the intruder, giving us our first and only glimpse of
I've been following you longer than most yo VIPs. MJ Lurker Gang Bedge, love you to the end's toe.
And I love you too, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out to all my lurkers, man. Shout out to my lurkers, bro. Appreciate y'all. Yo, oh my God, my heart dropped. Chat, get a gun. Okay, no. Only speaking for myself. I'm just saying, get a gun. Okay. There is a lot going on in the world. And there's a lot that's going to continue to happen. Okay. I get it. People are like, no, guns bad. Guns are bad. Guns are bad. Okay. You can say that and be the one that says guns are bad. That's good for you. The other niggas that have the guns that are breaking into your house and shit like that, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck about whatever sign you got in your house that say no guns. We end violence with talking. Like, they don't give a fuck about that shit. You never know when a crazy nigga like this, is that literally a nigga? You never gonna know when a crazy nigga like this is it's gonna be in front of your house, in your backyard, anywhere. Also, lock your doors. I get it. You on the second floor, lock them shits up. Make sure your windows is locked too. Like, make sure you make sure them notches is flipped. Make sure all that shit, like, it's getting dangerous. Okay. And now niggas EBT is gone, bro. Okay. Niggas mad. Niggas is mad and niggas is hungry. And there's nothing more scary than a mad hungry nigga.
You are now manually breathing. You are now manually
Oh my
blinking.
God, I hate shit like
now
this.
Jingle Bells is stuck in your head. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Blah, 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 blah. I hate shit like that, bro. You're so fuck. God, bro, you're so annoying.
the man as he's standing still in the balcony doorway. And with her front door now open, she yelled at him to get out loud enough for the neighbors
Oh my God,
to hear.
I can't even concentrate because I'm like breathing. I can't even concentrate because now I'm breathing. It's like I feel everything in my body. My cells are like, God damn it, guys, wake up, guys! Almost forgot how to do this. Blow the dust off. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. God damn it!
Get out.
Which finally caused the man to retreat.
What, he just jumped off?
As it turns out, Hannah did actually know who this man was, at least vaguely, as he lived in the same apartment complex, but he never actually spoke to her.
Oh, no.
He would always just stare and smile, making it apparent that he had some sort of sick interest in her. As for why he entered her home that night, it's fairly obvious that his intentions were incredibly sinister, with Hannah recalling that during the entire experience, his hands never left his hoodie pocket, making her wonder if he was holding onto some sort of weapon that he may have been planning to use on her. But thankfully, because of
I don't think he was holding on to his I don't think he was holding on to a weapon, bro. Not gonna lie. Were you an upstairs neighbor? Was she an upstairs neighbor maybe? Maybe the person on the bottom sent someone to scare her so she would stop dancing.
her swift reaction, we'll never truly know what he had planned that night. Days after the incident, police would arrest 36-year-old Angel Moses Rodriguez Gomez and charge him with stalking, second-degree assault, third and fourth-degree burglary, and malicious destruction of property. But surprisingly, shortly after his arrest, they allowed him to walk free on bail. And given that he lived in the same apartment complex as Hannah and clearly knew where she lived, this decision was incredibly controversial, with Hannah herself stating in an interview that, "I just don't think it's fair that he's walking freely right now, and I have to watch my back at every angle." Thankfully, the court's decision would not lead to any further escalations in the case, and today Angel no longer lives.
Year and a half sub, by the way. A year and a half. Don't say you're sorry when you just said it.
I bet you I have the oldest account in the chat. Does that get a VIP?
Well, VIPs happen naturally. It's not really about VIPs happen naturally. It's not really about like how long you've been, like it's not about like who's been the longest. It's just kind of like naturally happens. I don't even know when I don't even know how many VIPs I have, but I don't know when the next VIP will come and how it will happen. I truly don't know, bro.
In the country, but the footage is incredibly chilling nonetheless, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of home invasion videos late the other night. And here on YouTube, I came across countless unsettling examples.
Bro, your feed has to be terrible, bro. Oh my gosh, that would suck if you just trying to have like a chill night. Oh my god, imagine you bring a girl over and she see your For You page. Hell no.
One such example comes from Saratov, Russia, and shows a woman moments after being awoken by the sound of knocking as she lay in bed in her apartment. It was around 4:30 a.m., which was already unusual enough, but things became downright horrifying for her when she realized that the knocking wasn't coming from the door, it was coming from the window. Outside of her window was a man, banging his head against the glass over and over again. And equally as disturbing, this woman's unit wasn't on the first floor. She was 2 stories up, and she didn't have a balcony. Across the street, the neighbor filmed the
I'm the next VIP. On some Zoe shit, hatey emoji.
Oh my god.
Incident as it happened, showing us that the man was standing on one of the building's gas pipes while he continued to strike the window. Eventually, these hits grew so forceful that the glass started to break, and his head began bleeding profusely, finally leading to the man stopping, but not in the pursuit of entering the home.
What the fuck?
У него пена изо рта.
Now she's gonna have PTSD, bro.
as he instead climbed to a different window where he attempted to peel it open with his fingers. But by this point, police had already arrived on the scene, and eventually the man would be forced down and placed under arrest. When looking for an explanation as to why this man was doing this,
look at this nigga's face, bro. Yo, you can't even like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I cannot imagine.
it appears that he was under the influence of bath salts during the ordeal. But aside from this, I couldn't find any other information about the man's identity or whatever became of him.
How do these drugs get invented? Like, how do they get created, bro? Like, who is sitting there like, yo, I'm trying to get blown out of my fucking mind. Like, I need something that just takes me literally out of my body, bro. Oh my God, bro. Nah, you so funny. Nah. 9-month subscriber. Nah, 10 months you've been, yo, nah. You're so funny. I think you should get a VIP. What do you think, Jordan? Should I VIP you? It's just Jordan. Can I get VIP? No, you can get a minute timeout. I was waiting for you. Ooh, get baited.
I was able to find that this clip doesn't tell the entire story, as the woman behind the camera actually spoke to a local reporter and provided additional context to the ordeal, which only made the story more terrifying.
That's a lot of
At first, he knocked with his hands. Then he began to peck at me at the window with his head for an hour and a half without stopping.
Kind of look like a bird,
After
too.
That, he started shouting my name to the whole yard. He was foaming at the mouth. His whole face was covered in blood, and he shouted that he wanted to talk to me, and he needed me. With the most terrifying part of the statement being that she had no idea who this man was, or how he could have even known her name. The idea of both of these intruder videos featuring people whom the victims had never even spoken to makes them especially unsettling, as it shows that you really never know who's watching and who might be obsessing over you. But incidents like this can be equally as chilling when the intruder is someone that you do know.
I'm not gonna lie, you could have low-key probably scared him, and then he'll fall down. Like, imagine you go to the window and you get the drop on him, and you're just like, oh wait, like this. Imagine you go to the window. He's banging his head, and he's like, and he thinks he's the scary one. But you open the curtain, and all he sees is Is that not scary? Is that not scary, bro? He would literally shit himself, bro.
Anna was a 26-year-old man living in Orrefors, Sweden, and had been dating a woman named Maria. But after several run-ins with the law, Mohammed's lifestyle just became too much for her, and she eventually decided to end the relationship. This caused Mohammed to become enraged, an emotion that was only further heightened when he discovered that she was staying with a male friend of theirs. And on the 25th of May, he would show up at his doorstep and ask to speak to Maria. Inside, the male friend and Maria both refused to let him in and told him to leave, and for a moment he did, though only temporarily, as he would return minutes later, this time armed with a ladder. And noticing what he was trying to do, the homeowner began recording on his cell phone.
En stege.
Oh, he not playing. Hold on, what is this? Let me see. How crazy did it look? Imagine you go to the window. He's banging his head. And he's like, and he thinks he's the scary one. Yo, my eyes hurt. But you open the curtain, and all he sees is yo, I'm jumping off. I'm jumping off, bro. You got it, bro. You got it. Whatever you want, whatever's going on in your house, you got it. I'm jumping off. Okay. You think you're the crazy one? I'm the crazy one.
The man behind the camera asks,
I know this is random. Have y'all ever just watched, like, we see the videos of Nick A30 when he completes, like, when he does the final video, but have you ever just watched him set up and do that? It's the most entertaining thing. It's the funniest thing ever, bro.
"What are you doing? Are you going to fight me?" To which Mohammed said no, he just wanted to speak to Maria.
Tror du kommer upp här? Tror du kommer upp här?
As he said this, his demeanor was unsettlingly calm as he continues making his way up the ladder.
Mohammed, du kommer inte upp
Why am I
här. Du
jumping?
kommer inte in I mitt hem. Du kommer inte in I mitt
That's
hem.
dangerous. That's dangerous.
With his
That's
demeanor being so calm that the cameraman couldn't tell if Mohammed was a threat or not, though it wouldn't take long for him to get his answer.
Du kommer inte in I mitt hem.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Oh!
Han högg mig med en kniv.
I ain't gonna lie. Push him. Push him.
In an instant,
That's
Mohammed
self-
struck the cameraman,
That's
causing him
self-defense.
to retreat into his room,
That's
closing the
self-defense.
sliding glass door just in time for Mohammed to step on the balcony and brandish a large kitchen knife.
Oh, I would have pushed him.
Såg ni det?
I would have pushed him. That's self-defense. Now he's...
Han krossar glaset med en sten.
Oh my god, dude. Now he's getting in.
Still dazed by the attack, the man holding the camera retreated even further into the house, while Maria had already run into the bathroom and locked the door behind her, a door that Mohammed would quickly rush over to.
Släpp in mig på där så han kommer in. Han kommer in, Maria. Mohammed, hugg du. Mohammed, du högg mig redan.
And desperately tried to open, even trying to use his knife to turn the lock, as that lock was the only thing standing in the way of what he was there to do.
Wait, what?
What exactly that was is unknown, as police would manage to arrive on the scene within minutes of this footage being taken, where they would arrest Mohammed before he was able to get to Maria.
Damn,
but
that
it's
was
clear based on the
quick as
fact that he had a
fuck.
weapon on him and his desperate attempt to breach the house that he didn't just want to have a
Well, they probably... I'm assuming they called, like, as soon as he pulled up. I'm thinking they called as soon as he pulled up.
conversation. In the end, the
NGL, this video reminds me why I like bad people. It is always interesting to me to try to understand what drives these people to do crazy shit.
Why... This... reminds you of why you like bad people? I think I get what you're saying. I think you just said it wrong. I think I get... Because I think... This is why I'm always fascinated by like people who do horrible things, because I'm curious. I'm always curious of what their upbringing was. Is there a pinpoint to where you can figure out what made them flip, what made them switch, what made them end up the way they ended up? Like, especially like that dude that is fucking eating a leg. Like, what happened in your life? And it has to start from a young age, or maybe it's like, you know, being a grown up and having to deal with bills and all this shit, and it just makes you, you know, your only way of coping and dealing with the world is to do fucking drugs. But I don't know, that shit always fascinates me, because it's just, you just never know. You just never know what could happen to somebody that you went to school with. Like, I think about that, like, when I see like a mugshot of somebody that was literally in my class, it's like, what the fuck? You literally, like, I remember you raising your hand in school. I remember you raising your hand in school, asking questions.
the man filming was left with only minor cuts.
And now you're going to jail for battery.
Mohammed was sentenced to 2 years in prison, as well as a 10-year ban from the country of Sweden, leaving us with 3 haunting videos of 3 disturbed intruders, whose true intentions will thankfully never be known.
He got banned from the fucking country? That would never happen in the United States.
It's the spookiest time of the year, a time when the consumption of horror movies and dark YouTube videos reaches its peak. But while fun in the moment, the true terror of consuming this content often occurs long after the credits roll, when you close your eyes to go to sleep, only to feel the sickening feeling of paranoia. Every creak
What are you talking about? What type of ad is this?
in your home sending a jolt of panic throughout your body, making you wonder if someone or something
Hold on, now I want to see where I want to see where he's going with this.
is inside your house. I was just like you once. Consuming creepy content is my livelihood, and as a result, I've spent countless sleepless nights feeling uneasy within my own home, never quite feeling safe and secure, always wondering if something was lurking around me, until I
It's so weird seeing him.
realized that the reason I didn't feel secure was because I wasn't. The only thing standing between me and the outside world was a simple lock, and I knew it was time for a change, with that change finally coming when I partnered with this video sponsor.
Are we seeing the inside of your home?
Simply
You have lights?
Safe. Simply Safe is a home security system that you can control right from your phone.
Are you showing your backyard?
ImDontai is Prali do this she do to you just on some calm she so sleep with one eye open gang. Would
What?
actually replace your PS5 with an Xbox when I get in.
Yo, what the fuck? I'm gonna refresh this and try to Logan, I know that's not the Logan from Patreon. I'm gonna try to replay this.
ImDontai is Prali do this she do to you just on some calm she so sleep with one eye open gang. Would actually replace your PS5 with an Xbox when I get in.
Okay, so I think you're saying that if you you would do some weird shit like this, sneak in my home and then replace my PlayStation with an Xbox. I'm gonna be honest. Take my child. Okay? Don't touch my PlayStation. Not even playing. Don't ever put a fucking Xbox in my fucking house. You think Guys, I'm literally joking. I know. That was Danielle's not gonna like that one, but I smell food, so I think she's cooking. We're good.
Hey Dontai, trying to hit the fuck out of the stanky leg for prom but can't nail it right. Any tips?
You're trying to you don't know how to hit the stank. Yo, it's crazy that people still doing a stanky leg. Respect, bro. Bro, listen to what the song says and then do it.
Logan from Patreon, chat one autograph at a time.
Hold on. It is Logan from Patreon. It is Logan from Patreon, bro. Okay, hold on. I got you, bro. Hold on. Let me do it after this, cause then I have to fucking remove. I have to remove the song afterwards. Hold on.
The Simply Safe app allows you to
I'll show you the stanky leg after this video. Remind me.
arm and disarm the system, as well as
I know this isn't your house, bro. With these creepy ass videos you making, you cannot be showing your house right now. I know you're not showing. This is not your actual house.
view your live camera feeds anytime in any place. When I'm panicking in bed, I can just check the footage and be reassured that no one else is around. And when I'm away, I can check to make sure my belongings and, way more importantly, my dog are safe. But Simply Safe isn't just your run-of-the-mill security system. They utilize something called Active Guard Outdoor Protection, which uses AI technology to identify threats outside of your home. So if someone is in the area acting suspiciously, it will send an alert to a monitoring agent, who can then trigger the alarms, send out an urgent police dispatch, or even talk to the persons or persons in real time. And all this is happening before a break-in even occurs. Whereas with old school systems, by the time the alarm goes off, your home has already been breached. It's peace of mind in the place where we should all feel most at peace, which means the terror can end when the credits roll. And if you want to feel that same peace of mind, you can save 50% off your very own Simply Safe security system.
This is so weird to see. W ad though, man. Got to see a little bit more into your life. Holy shit. Video blog number 1, the story of Noah Harpem.
Alright, hey folks, this is Noah, getting my blog live. Trucks and trucks and lots of trucks.
This is the very first footage that Noah Harpem would post to YouTube. After years of having a channel, Noah finally decided to give uploading a try, posting this inaugural video to a self-titled channel on October.
See chat, you never know unless you try. He posted his first video, 77K views on the first day.
October 29th, 2015, titling it 10/29/15, video blog number 1, and introducing himself to the platform with a simple "Hello world" in the description.
Hello world.
No, but I did want to dissect just the beginning of a sermon given by a Pastor Bill, a guy that my dad has been following, taking ideas from for 10 years at least. He and his family, 2 kids.
In the video, Harpem paces throughout his home and discusses a priest named Pastor Bill, whom he believed was influencing his father and his family, and clearly not in a good way.
I've been ignorant of it for a long time, so I wanted to look at it, and I challenged him just to look at 15 minutes of this sermon.
Though he gives no context as to who this pastor is, only mentioning that he had been ignorant of the situation for a while, and that this video was his response after trying to expose the truth to his father.
Been waiting and waiting, and haven't heard anything. So I was gonna just post my reply, and I guess that's how I'll start my blog.
Again, what this truth is unclear, as the lack of information makes this video a confusing watch, and ultimately it tells us very little about who Noah was, let alone the other people he was discussing.
What?
But he did end the clip by making it clear that this was only the beginning of what would be a reoccurring vlog series that would showcase just him, his thoughts, and his camera.
The blog is just gonna be me with video camera, and that'll be it. We'll see what happens.
But before those uploads would come, Noah had pinned a website in his description that directed users to a blog post written by him that same.
After multiple people in chat have come out too, it has really given me the courage to finally say this. I am really extraordinarily supercalifragilisticexpialidociously totally homosexual. Thank you all for real. Love, Snurgles.
Snurgles, we're so glad you came out the closet, bro. I'm gonna be honest, we already all knew. We literally talk about you when you're not here. We already know. Chat, I don't think he's here today, but next stream, when we see him typing, just say, thanks for coming out, W gay. Did I hear the smoke alarm detector?
Noah had pinned a website in his description that directed users to a blog post.
Nick.
But before those uploads would come, Noah had pinned a website in his description that directed users to a blog post written by him that same day, titled, "Is my dad in a cult? Even worse, is it satanic?"
What?
Throughout the writing, Harpem loosely provides additional context for his video, as he breaks down a sermon given by Pastor Bill, who is shown to be Bill Johnson, a well-known preacher from the Bethel Church in Redding, California, who had garnered a large following online. And despite the sermon being over an hour long, Harpem goes through it point by point, critiquing everything that he said. And the more he typed, the more angry he got. And the more angry he got, the more nonsensical his words became. I'm attempting to present a case that shows the leader of this prestigious institution, along with a select group of rulers, are using mind control techniques to poison and confuse legions of useful idiots that slave away to keep the institution humming along, and that this man, Pastor Bill Johnson, and his ruling caste are using mind control to keep people imbalanced and ignorant, in a state of perpetual waiting for the material world to be defied, while they themselves are
What? That's a long fucking sentence, bro. Like, what?
profiting immensely in this material world. The blog gives us a peek behind the curtain of the man shown in this video, a man who seems to be clearly mentally unwell, paranoid, and very angry, with the post making it clear that the purpose of Noah's content was to bring this pastor down, and video blog number 1 was supposed to be just the start. However, there would never be a video blog number 2, as just 2 days after posting this video, Noah's life would take a drastic turn.
What happened?
Colorado Springs 911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
It's
Repeat that one more time for me and make sure I had it correct.
well, it's across the street from me. I'm calling from my address.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, there was a guy walking around with like 2 cans of gasoline or something, 2 small cans, and a big, like a rifle. It was black, and it had a strap around it. He's walking up to doors and stuff.
At 8:35 a.m. on Halloween morning, a woman named Naomi Bettis called 911 after witnessing a suspicious man walking around her neighborhood in Colorado Springs, as she watched him carrying several cans of gas, as well as an AR-15 that was hung over his shoulder. She didn't know it at the time, but this man was her neighbor, Noah Harpem.
And then I seen that he walked into the building, and the glass window at that business is broke.
And that's a business? What's the name of the business?
I have no idea, but I just know I don't know if it's a fake gun, BB gun, but it looks pretty scary.
As the call progresses, Naomi explains that she had watched him enter a nearby business, where one of the windows appeared to have been broken. She wasn't sure if anything illegal had happened at this point, but she was convinced that Noah was up to something sinister, which based on what he had in his possession seemed to be the only logical conclusion. However, this concern wasn't felt by everyone.
Okay. And you said it looked like a long gun, correct? Like a rifle?
Yes,
Well, it doesn't help that it's in
open carry
Halloween.
State, so he can have a weapon with him or walking around with it. But of course, having those gas cans, it does seem pretty suspicious. So we're going to keep the call going for that.
Okay, and the window's broken to that business downstairs, so.
Right. And you said he's now upstairs, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
No.
Okay.
As the operator seemingly brushed aside the incident, stating that she was only keeping the call going because the gas cans could be suspicious.
Open carry.
However, even with that, the report still wasn't taken seriously, as the dispatcher hung up on her shortly after, before dispatching one single officer to the scene, an officer that never even made it there, as just moments later he was called off and sent to what was deemed to be a more pressing scene at the local senior center. Naomi's concerns were completely ignored, but despite this, she continued to watch out her window, waiting to see what Noah would do next. 4 minutes after her call with police ended, and 10 minutes after first reporting Noah's behavior, Naomi would dial 911 once again, only this time, her demeanor was far different.
I just called a few minutes ago and the guy came back out and he fired a gun at somebody and he's laying on the street dead. Oh my God, you sent an ambulance too.
Naomi's worst fears had come true, as she frantically told dispatch that the man carrying the gun had just shot and killed someone outside of her home.
Oh my God.
She tried to tell him.
Okay, stay with me. I'm just putting that into the call.
She tried to tell him.
Is anyone in immediate danger?
No, that I can see or no.
In response, the operator bizarrely asks if anyone else is in danger, but Naomi, likely in a state of shock, answers no, before immediately realizing that Noah was heading in the direction of Platt Avenue, which was known to be a busier neighborhood.
Maybe on Platt Avenue there might be people in danger.
Naomi, I need the suspect's description. Do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white, and he's got long curly hair coming out of his cap.
She desperately tried to relay that more people were likely in harm's way, only to be immediately proven right just seconds later.
I think, yeah, there's people outside that might be in danger up on Platt. Oh, I just heard it.
Thank you for helping me come out as gay, ImDontai.
Why did Mike get astray? Why did Mike get astray? What the fuck?
The gun fired. Oh my God.
When she hears more gunshots, prompting the operator to once again ask,
Yeah, they need to call an ambulance or something right away.
Okay. Is anyone in immediate danger?
What? Yo,
Since everyone
someone's
coming
dead.
out, I'm here to come out and say, I need my gifted subs money back. I'm living off of 7-Eleven pizza and my boyfriend can't take it anymore of my spending. #rainbow problems.
Yo, is it true that on TikTok you can't put the trans flag anymore? Is that true? I seen somebody say it, but I don't know if that's true. Someone made a whole TikTok saying we can't put the trans flag. What is that emote?
Only people.
No, you still can. Then why did that person make a whole video crying? Like they were literally crying. Like
Up on Platt, maybe.
All right, I am sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
Okay.
It was only then that the operator would tell Naomi that police and medical personnel were finally being dispatched to the scene, but by this point, it was far too late. In the moments after Naomi had made her first 911 call, Noah Harpham would first attempt to light his house on fire using the 2 cans of gasoline, though this, however, failed and caused him to quickly shift his focus. Noah instead stepped outside and brandished his rifle, immediately pointing
how do you not know how to... Okay, it's best that didn't happen.
It directly at Andrew Mayers, who had been riding his bike in the neighborhood, and after seeing the gun, the man stopped and begged him not to shoot, to which Noah responded by pulling the trigger multiple times, killing him instantly, with Andrew Myers being the man that Naomi had seen laying dead on the street. From there, Noah began walking up the street where he would eventually see 2 women sitting on the porch of a sobriety center, where local women went to get help with their drug and alcohol addictions, and upon noticing them, he immediately started shooting, striking and killing both Christina Gallela and Jennifer Vasquez. Noah walked for over a mile after this before the police finally caught up with him, and When they called out for him to stop walking, Noah turned and immediately opened fire, leading to a massive
I
shootout.
have to come out the closet after those last few donos. It was my birthday yesterday and it's my biggest wish that you'd wish me a happy birthday. Sorry in advance for the timing.
When the smoke cleared, the only one struck had been Noah, who was lying dead on the pavement, marking the end of his killing spree. The investigation that followed revealed that Noah had never even met any of the 3 people he killed that day. They were all total strangers, leaving the question, why had he done it? Well, even today, there's still no clear motive, with this appearing to be a completely random and senseless act. But looking at his final and only posts online, Noah was clearly very angry and seemed to be mentally unwell, which was corroborated by testimony from his parents, as they later claimed that he had anger issues and suffered from drug addiction and bipolar disorder. But what's so unusual about this to me was that this video was published just 2 days before the killings.
And he was also able to get a gun, by the way.
Buddy was moving like Prime King Von. Also, I'm not a femboy.
Logan, who said that?
It was clearly not meant to be a one-off post. It was something that he seemed genuinely excited to continue, yet not even 48 hours later, he resorted to this. What happened in that time frame may never be known, but the effects of it will last forever. And I can't help but wonder how differently this all could have gone if that initial 911 operator had just taken Naomi's report seriously.
No, that's what I'm saying, and I know people have their stances on guns and stuff like that, but I mean, you see who's allowed to get guns. Like what other people do you think have guns right now? Like, it's deadass so easy for anybody to get.
Noah's spree didn't start for a full 10 minutes after she started that call, which would have been more than enough time for police to intervene.
That's just scary.
But instead, Noah was given all the time he needed.
Okay, this is insane.
Could you guys do this be a call dispatcher? Potentially answering calls like this daily.
This has to be the worst comment I have seen. And disturbing.
To end 3 innocent lives.
Oh my god. Y'all are worse than the video right now. Chapter 4. The deal.
It wasn't an attraction for the faint of heart.
Oh hell no. Fuck no. No,
Standing
I'm
over
good.
1,300 feet above the ground, the Deogar ropeway was built to take tourists up and down the Trikut mountain in Jharkhand, India.
No thank you.
It was the tallest cableway in the entire country, offering an unparalleled view of Deogar and the picturesque landscape around it. Because of this, videos have long since been posted on YouTube showing just how dramatic of a ride this truly is.
I'll watch a VR
with one
video.
such video being recorded on April 10th, 2022. That day, a woman and her family had been filming their adventure to the Trikut mountain, and were now filming a first-person view of the descent back down.
No.
It wasn't the kind of place for anyone with a fear of heights, and the loud sounds of the car passing the support towers only added to the anxiety of the trip. But the group filming this all remained relatively calm, quietly conversing to themselves, seemingly unfazed by the spectacular height. Even enjoying it. A feeling that wouldn't last. Without any warning, the car was met with a massive force, sending the occupants and the camera to the floor, causing the footage to go dark. In that moment, one of the ropeway's axles had dislodged, causing a failure on the pulley system, which resulted in 2 carts crashing into each other, and the rest coming to a sudden and violent halt. The impact was brutal, but somewhat surprisingly, the footage continued. showing just enough to reveal that the ropeway and the cabin these people were in were both still intact, before the recording came to an end. This group had survived the impact, but the nightmare was far from over.
Wait, what?
News of the collision quickly spread throughout the region, leading to the scene being flooded with rescuers and news crews alike, with everyone trying to figure out what exactly was happening, and the initial prognosis was grim. In the impact, one man in a separate car had been killed, and many others were left injured. And making matters worse, due to the broken axle, the ropeway was now no longer operational, meaning that the 70+ people spread throughout the various cars were now stuck, some of whom were still suspended over 1,000 feet in the air. It was going to be an incredibly difficult rescue operation, just given the height of the ropeway alone. And ultimately, it was determined that the Indian Air Force would utilize their special top-of-the-line helicopters to fly over the cars and lower down ropes with harnesses attached to them for survivors, who then would strap themselves in and be hoisted up to the helicopter above using an electronic winch. It took hours for them to even make their first attempt, before finally trying their approach on a middle-aged man, who slid on his rescue strap and was then slowly pulled up towards safety. The footage of this is horrifying. These people were already over 1,000 feet in the air when their cars got stuck, and now they were being lifted even higher, tethered only by a single rope and a safety harness. Worst of all, it was a particularly windy day, which was made worse by the swirling of the helicopter blades, a combination that caused the man to start swinging wildly from side to side as he hung onto the rope for dear life. It was a grueling journey up, but finally the man reached the aircraft, and with safety just a few feet away, he instinctively reached his arms above his head in an attempt to grab onto the helicopter. A decision that would have disastrous effects.
Wait, what?
As he did so, his harness slid upwards and was pulled over his shoulders, and then over his arms, before eventually landing in his hands, meaning the only thing left holding him up was his own grip, as he clung to the now useless harness. For a full minute he dangled there, just inches away from rescue. Meanwhile, the rescue crew searched the craft for something they could use to safely hoist him in, but before they got the chance, the man slipped out of his harness, momentarily catching himself on the side of the helicopter itself. But by this point, his strength was gone, and seconds later, his grip would fail for good. Causing him to plummet approximately 2,000 feet to the ground below, killing him instantly. For those waiting to be rescued, the sight was especially horrific, as they watched the man who they thought had made it to safety fall to the ground right in front of them. The fear they must have felt knowing that soon it would be their turn is unimaginable. After this, the rescue crews began making tweaks to their operation, which started to lead to a few attempts going off without a hitch. But the entire process was incredibly slow, as a full 24 hours would pass before 60-year-old Shubha Devi would finally get her chance to be removed from the car. And as she started her ascent up to the helicopter, the wind also caused her to start swinging wildly.
Oh my God.
So wildly, in fact, that the winch used to lift her suddenly stopped working, leaving her hanging there, only moving side to side rather than up towards safety. As she hung there, rescuers on the helicopter frantically tried to figure out what the problem with the winch was. But before they could ever get their answer, the rope suddenly snapped, causing her to free fall to the ground below. It came without any sort of warning, and from what I can find online, there isn't a definitive answer as to how this happened, but either way, it resulted in Shubha's tragic death. It took a total of 48 hours for the last of the survivors to be rescued and finally brought to safety, an unimaginable amount of time in an unimaginable position, with survivors having to watch two people fall to their deaths before them, unsure if they too were going to meet the same fate. Since its release, the footage has sparked some debate online, as the media actually hailed this as an impressive and even successful rescue operation for the Indian Air Force, while others have hit back on this, as both incidents seem to have been entirely preventable, with more people dying from the rescue than the accident itself.
bro.
Though ultimately, there were no repercussions for the rescue crew, with the only punishments being dished out to the operating company DRIL, which was accused of not properly maintaining the ropeway and not following proper safety protocols. It was even alleged that when the initial crash happened, the people operating the ropeway at the time actually fled the scene and never even called authorities.
Get out of here.
But I'm not sure if this was ever actually proven.
I was about to say, come on now.
DRIL was fined over $1 million and has since been blacklisted from operating ropeways for 5 years, while the families of the deceased were given around $33,000 in compensation.
33, like there's not enough money, you know, there's not enough money that can replace a life, but there is not enough. There's definitely money that's not even enough to like even come close to doing any, like $33 is disrespectful. I'm sorry. $33 is disrespectful, bro. Also, bro, I don't ever want to be on a helicopter, and I'm for sure not doing no shit like this. And I will never be on no rides at any fairs anymore. Like, just, I'm good on that, bro. I'm good.
Currently, there are plans to repair and reopen the ropeway.
They can do as many tests. They could be safe. I'm good, bro. Like,
Though at this point, no official date has been given for the reopening.
Don't nobody need to go on that shit, bro. You did it again, bro. Another banger. Another terrifying banger. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most uncomfortable one that I have seen so far, bro. Oh my gosh, dude.
Damn my nigga. How do you fumble a life that? These dumb weenie hut junior ass hoes.
Okay. Okay, I was smelling. I was like, it smells good. I wonder when it's ready. What is it? Okay, bet. Oh my gosh, Chuck.